muskie. Barely hooked. Everyone, and this is the only place other than way up north that I can fish, of course, because of the cool water temperatures. So we've got water temperatures that are just below 75 today, and we throw on a mini Medusa today, in addition to the Poseidon and maybe some bucktail presentations, with our fourth presentation of choice being a glide bait. So we'll keep you updated throughout. I want this to be a little bit more of an educational type episode for you so that you understand how to match your baits with the forage species and with some other species in the body of water that you're fishing. We're out here pretty early in the morning. We have a good portion of half the day to fish, so hopefully we'll have something to report at some point, whether it be a fish moving or a fish in the boat. So stay tuned and we'll see you in a little bit. Here's one, here's one, here's one. It's a nice fish. Okay, well, we did not see or catch that fish at moonset, so we have moved on. We are going to go over to the dam. The dam is about as weak in the outflow as I've seen it. It's only going to be about 500 to 600 cubic feet per second, so not very strong, so that's good. We can get right up close to the dam, and we're going to be throwing a white Medusa. Well, it's really kind of like a sucker Medusa with a black top and white bottom and silver sides, and then a white Poseidon, of course, as this always seems to be. It always seems to do good by the dam. Look at this. I caught myself a mayfly. Well, the skunk is out of the boat. Huge musky down there. Huge! See him? He's huge. Not huge, but nice size. This Poseidon is the only lure that seems to be getting any sort of attention from muskies, at least in this body of water. Poseidon I'm using obviously is the white one. It's also the 10 inch. Had a nice follow today. He came up on the top turn, and I tried to hit it. The reason I really like white is because I'm sure you've heard it mentioned before to match the lure to the forage species, and that's really important. But one thing that people miss is that there are other species that are bigger than forage species that are, down in the food chain, that are certainly a lot bigger than, gizzard shad or shiners. And so you got to match it to those as well. And so people try to match it to perch and put a little orange on their lure. But I like white because it's a very neutral color. So what ends up happening is you end up matching it to several different types of fish in the water as opposed to just one. And you and I both know how muskies can be finicky with how they eat and then their eating patterns. I think they're finicky in what they eat on certain days as well. So when you have white, it's matching white bass, drumfish, walleye, crappie, and there's a couple other fish too that have a little bit of white under it. And I think it's important to match several different species of fish and so that will definitely draw the attention of a muskie. There's a muskie. Barely hooked, barely hooked, barely hooked. Okay, here we go. Oh boy, it's a challenge here. Getting them in the net. Whoa! Oh yeah, baby. It's a workout. There it is, folks. A nice 40.5-inch muskie. Woo! And she swims off. Wow. All right, so I wanted to walk you through that catch. At this river, we've had 90% of our action by the dam. And today we started out there as our game plan, and we snuck into there and we threw the white Poseidon, and we threw glide baits and jerk bait. We threw everything we could. And I didn't even raise one, which is, to be honest with you, kind of surprising. So what I decided to do is kind of float farther down the river, and I said maybe the muskies have kind of moved farther down a little bit for whatever reason. So I abandoned the white Poseidon, which has had the majority of the action on this river, and I decided to go to a homemade bucktail. And I had a little Mr. Twister on the end of it, which I've had some good success with, and I was casting towards the shoreline and that wasn't really working. So I decided to cast towards the middle part of the river because it's very shallow, and yeah, he came right up for it and slammed it. He didn't even follow. There's a muskie. Oh, yeah. Yeah, 10 minutes in. Oh, holy. Wow. Not a big one. Definitely low 30s, but I can't believe it only took 10 minutes. apparently this thing is a feisty little guy. All right, there she is, a little guy. It's a little guy, but hey, they gotta be little first before they get big, right? Yeah. Just about 33 almost. Excellent. Gotta let her go. These little ones will often take off right away, which is real nice to see, you know. There, she's starting to fight. And there she goes. Another great release, another fish in the bag. Of course, anytime you just catch a fish, you want to do two things. You want to resharpen your hooks, and then you want to retie, because sometimes that line gets wrapped up in the gills of the fish, or you know, when you're landing it, sometimes it gets damaged. So it's really important to you know, make sure you do those things. Attention to detail is really important. So, you know, it's really interesting. Sometimes, you know, when it's cloudy all morning and then the sun peeks out, sometimes it's really good to put on a lure with some bright flash, something that's going to reflect the sun a little bit. And, you know, obviously the muskies can detect a lure based on their lateral line, and, you know, they can feel vibrations and things like that. But also sight is a big part of it as well. And so that's why, you know, I'm using a lure with some very bright flash to it. These are the kinds of lures you want to throw in, you know, bright sunny conditions on a warm summer day. So that's what we're doing here, and just trying to reflect some sunlight and, you know, allow sight to become a part of it as well. Oh yeah! Come on, don't get off. Don't get off. No. Oh. Yes! Whew. Oh, what a thick back. Oh, what a hog. Oh! Yep, there it is. Another pig. Yeah, look at that mouth. It's got a measurement on him. Ouch! Ouch! That's gonna might need stitches. Oh, he's so much shorter than I thought. I thought 40 plus. He's about 39. Oh, almost 40, not quite. Let's get a release on her. What a pig. A full moon pig. Goodbye. So powerful, unbelievable. And again, he hit my homemade lure again. Here's my hand from it all. That's what happens when your hand gets caught in the gill plate of a fish. And by the way, this never heals, so hopefully I survived this. So I've been talking to you guys about how I have actually put a grub on the end of my bucktail. You'll see that with some bucktails. A lot of companies actually put it on the actual shaft of the bucktail and it stays on better that way. What I do is I take a white Mr. Twister and I just bite it in half, and I put, if you can see here, I put just that end just like you would on a trailer hook. And sometimes I put a little super glue on the end here just to kind of keep it in place. And it straightens out in the water and it wiggles back and forth erratically. And I really think that, you know, any sort of erratic action is always going to draw the attention of fish. So anything I can do to potentially, you know, trigger more strikes, I'm going to use that to my advantage. What we're doing is getting away from the current. These muskies really don't like current. Got one. I didn't realize it. That's gotta be a muskie. Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah.